right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the ICA Show. I am Alan, your host, and I'm joined finally by Luke, our co-host. Luke, I really miss you. How are you doing?
I miss you too, Alan. I'm doing pretty good. I'm happy to be back. I think we got a good show in store. So,
yeah, we have a very good show. We have a show which is very different from the other themes in that you, but not just you, this isn't just you. There was a show a week ago hosted by Thomas Holder and David Milstein. They analyzed one game for, guess how long their one analysis went?
How long?
Take a guess.
45 minutes.
1 hour 20.
Wow. Okay, well, hopefully all of it was good. You know,
it was a really good analysis. So for those that are saying, oh, Luke's analysis are too long, Luke talks too much. No, 25 minutes is not an hour 20. However, today, our analysis is only going to be 5 minutes per move. We're going to go over, not 5 minutes per move, that's too long. 5 minutes per game. We're going to go over 5 minutes for each game. We're going over 5 games. And at the end, you'll have to guess the UCF rating of each player that played in each game. So you're going to have to make 10 guesses. Whoever gets the closest average guess is going to win free entry to our next Dr. Ostfeld Memorial Championships. And I would like to give a special shout out to Yeshiva University, who says hello. Hello, Yeshiva University. Happy Pesach. So what was I going to say? I was going to say one more thing. Yeah, 5 minutes per game. Ratings vary. It's very different sections. Let's get right into it. Let me share my screen. So like I said, 5 minutes per move. I'll be taking the first game entirely, and then I'll give Luke the second and third games. I'll go over the fourth game, and Luke will go over the fifth game. So I'm going to keep the eval off. It's going to be my analysis. And let me just turn the timer on my phone. 5 minutes starts now. So first move was played e4, e5, knight f3, Petrov, and takes. Usually, I tell my brother, never take here. There is a line to take, but I absolutely hate it. This is a good move. I prefer queen e7, knight goes back. Here takes, I don't like it at all. Queen can pin, which is what happened. Queen defended, pretty good. Good, good. Takes, takes. Why take with the king? Why not the bishop? King cannot castle anymore. So then we keep going. Bishop g5. Bishop here. Takes, takes. King is going way out. Way, way, way out. I am not a big fan of this. So, bishop goes in, good, getting good development. Pawn goes out, castles. Bishop goes out, push, go. Good. Knight's in the center. It's good. Bishop goes out, knight goes back. Why? What's the point? Pawn goes to g5, knight c3, pawn c5, knight makes a check. Good. And here, perfect. Perfect move, trapping the rook. After a6, knight b6. Bishop out, knight goes in, gets the rook, gets out. Knight a5 I'm not a big fan of. Why don't just go for knight e5? Knight e5, get the center, maybe attack the bishop, simplify one up. But no, instead he went for the pawn, which is fine. Takes, takes, takes. After rook goes in, check. Just get the rooks in, finish the game. So for this game, I'm actually at 1 minute 30. I'm going way too fast. Trust me, there will be longer analysis for the other games. This game is just a warm-up, not the greatest quality game, which should give a good indication of the rating level for these two players. So bishop takes, takes, all right, check, takes, discovered attack to win the bishop, that's excellent. After rook goes in, all right, I don't mind that at all. I prefer bishop here, just to slide it over, get this rook in, maybe go for a ladder mate. But all right. Rook goes in, and in this position, it's almost game over. Check, king goes away. I prefer pawn g5, just to move it closer to checkmate. Takes, takes, bishop in, and rook goes here, and checkmate. So what are the key points in this game? Honestly, I can't find too many. It's just that white played much better throughout the entire game. I got a request to skim through the moves, which I can because we're only at the halfway point. So let's go through it again. So first moment, trade of queens, not getting the bishop out for black. Next up, Good development from both sides. Getting the knight in the center. Taking the center. But then moving the knight back. Why? Second movement I'm not a big fan of. And then here, there's a weak king. Getting the knight in. Making the fork. Winning the rook. And then no opposition. Knight a5, like I said, that I'm not a big fan of. And from here, there's really not much to go over. There's very smooth sailing, getting in, and eventually, just a simple checkmate. So this was a warm-up. Yeah.
Someone's asking, are we guessing USCF ratings or chess.com? It's USCF. So
yeah, so let me specify. We are going over USCF ratings, but they're going to be USCF ratings, live ratings from after the Ostfeld tournament. So not current live ratings from after the previous tournament, but live ratings after Ostfeld tournament. Those are the ratings that we're guessing. So this was the first game overall. I don't want you to put your ratings in the comments. Write them down for yourselves, what you think the ratings are for white and black. And at the end of the show, I'll put in a Google forum asking for you to put in all the guesses, and whoever gets closest to the average will win. So Luke, do you want to share your screen for game number 2?
Yeah, sure. Let me just pull that up. Okay, yeah, that one was, I feel like a lot of these games are very hard to say. There were some good moments from white, but also, like, you know what I always say about the bishop pair, right? It seemed like white really just did not respect the two bishops whatsoever.
Right, I'll be back.
Okay, so just give me one moment here. I'll turn off the engine. So, okay, this is game 2. We have... Actually, I guess we don't know what the names are. Sort of the...
Yeah, only I know the names. Not even Luke knows the names.
Yeah, okay. So, off we go. E4 by white. E5, knight F3. Oh, are you timing me? Should I set up a timer?
Yeah, timer started. Go.
Okay. Bishop C4, so you know, white could be anywhere from 100 to 2800. You never know. Bishop C5. Okay. So we have some. Okay, this is already an interesting opening. This is a sign white sort of knows what they're doing, right? It looks like this is something that they've looked at before, or they're just they didn't realize that the pawn is, well, hanging, but this is nowhere near clear. Like, this pawn is you can take it, but I believe the main line is d5 here. But okay, black takes, and okay, d5 by white, which I believe is the move. Knight a5. Yeah, d5. Okay. Yeah, I think that actually is the move. But queen e2, d6. Okay. Bishop takes and knight d5. Okay. Very tactical already. I actually really like what white is doing here. This looks like, what? Is it just lost? I have a feeling this is game over already. Check. And king f1? Okay. King f1, I feel like somehow is the move. But okay, he takes. Knight takes, and okay, now it's just very sad. You're losing a piece. Queen e5, or are you? I think you are. f4? Okay. I think if you just take the knight at the end of the complications, you're taking on c7 and winning the rook, but okay. Queen d4 takes. Oh, and very nice. After takes, this looks really bad. For example, this, and it looks like you're getting mated here. That's pretty nasty. Okay, king d8 is not really a move you want to play. And oh, knight d6. Oh my goodness. That looks like, yeah, that's game over right there. Knight c6 and knight f7 checkmate. That's a brutal game. Wow. Okay. So, I don't know what to think. White really looked like they came prepared, but black really didn't. So that's hard to say. I feel like, let me go back. How am I doing on time, Ellen?
You have halfway left.
I'm going to take, am I miscalculating? I feel like I want to take points off for not playing king f1. I don't know. King f1 seems like the move you play, and you feel like, oh, I'm super cool, and then black resigns. Am I missing something here? What am I? What am I missing? There's no check, right? Oh, or no, there's no check. I mean, you can, but it doesn't work. Or does it? Wait. No, it doesn't work. Yeah, I don't know what you do here. Because bishop d2, I feel like there's almost like you have to calculate more. I feel like maybe I'm overthinking it too much. Is this just cleaner? Am I just completely wrong here? Queen e5. Yeah, queen c5 doesn't work. Queen e5. Yeah, so what I was talking about here is you can take this, take, and at the end, whoops, at the end there's a capture on, oh my god, there's this. So, and you pick up the rook in the corner. But okay, I guess what they did might have been even better. Queen f4, I guess their point is if you take what, rook f1? Or what? Or I guess you can take here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe. Okay, maybe f4 is like they calculated really well. That one's very hard to say. And let's see for black. And how much time do I have left?
40 seconds.
Okay, d6 is a fantastic move. We're not missing anything here, right? You can't just take this. Or I mean, it looks. By the way, I didn't calculate this. Maybe it's not good. Can you just take here? And like, what? You lose or something? Wait, actually.
A3,
what am I missing?
No,
here?
A3 doesn't work. Never mind. A3 doesn't work.
Yeah, there's no knight d5. Did they just miss?
Oh, queen takes, king takes, and then it's pinned. So never mind.
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe they missed this. Okay, d6. I said it's a brilliant move. I just said that because it looked really cool. Yeah, Thomas Holder in the comments is saying there's just knight d6, and I think he's right. Okay, I don't know why I thought you couldn't take on d6 with the knight, but yeah, maybe there's like something I'm missing here, but I don't know. Okay, that one's I have no idea what to think.
Right, unfortunately, Luke.
Here's what I think. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what, I won't say it.
You can give your last thoughts.
I think white was much higher rated than black.
You think white was much higher rated than black?
Yeah, and I think they knew d6 didn't work.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my theory.
So now it's my turn. Let me just load the game. So let's see. We went over game 1. We went over game 2, the 17 move game. Now we're going to over game 3, which is 30 moves. Let me just find the game that's 30 moves. All right, my time starts now. d4, d5, c4, queen's gambit, c6, knight c3, knight f6. Just getting the pieces out. All right. So far, so good. Takes, bishop out, b6, h3, knight g5. I guess wanting to trade off the dark squared bishops, which is what happened. Castle and castle. So in this position, honestly, I don't know what to say. This knight is not good here. It can probably go back, but that costs a tempo. Bishop is here. Queen could go in, cause a battery. Maybe white can do what Luke likes. King here, up, pawn storm, get the rook in. But let's keep going. Let's see what happens.
I didn't know that was.
You
continue. Continue.
All right. Queen c2, knight f6, rook e1, going for the safe plan. c5, rook c1, bishop b7, a3, getting the pin. But so far, nothing interesting. Takes. Trade of queens. Sorry, now a cagey game where the bull players seem like they're interested in trading off the pieces, but so far, nothing much. b4, interesting move. I wonder if here c4, b5 works to completely lock out the bishop. To lock out the position. I get that the pawn on d5 will be backwards, but I wonder if pushing here. Here would work to make a pass pawn, and eventually with the rook behind to promote. Maybe it would work, maybe it wouldn't. Yep, that's what was played in the game. Good insight. F5. This move, I don't really get. After F3, taking maybe not, but if takes. All right, both have an open file. I don't see it. I say just get the knight in. All right. Now this position is completely locked out. The two knights are better than this bishop. This bishop has nothing much. So let's see what happened. A4, bishop d6, takes. Even though we say that this bishop is bad, let's see where the knights can go. Here, 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 hitting this pawn, but I feel like it can be defended pretty well. Rook a1, rook b8, king f2, all right. Rook a5, attacking that pawn, but honestly, it's already defended pretty well. And at this point, knight cb1, both players agree to a draw. So Luke, I'm going to defer the second half to you. Take us through your key moments.
Okay, yeah. So, here, should I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Just give me 1 second while I pull up that game on my screen. Yeah, that one. There's another game where that was very. I really don't know what to think. Wait, how do I find it now? Just give me 1 moment.
Right, I'll stop the timer.
Okay.
It's the
30?
30 move. 30.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And we'll turn off the engine and everything. Oh, okay, it's already off. Yeah, so okay. Slav defense. Taking here, I think, is a thing. I haven't played this line in a very long time, but
what are you sharing? What are you showing us?
Oh wait, can you not see my oh, hold on. Sorry. It brought me to a new tab. I have to share on a different one. That's just 1 second. When you when you click on the link, it takes you to a new tab there. So I'll just share the entire window. Okay, can you see that? Oh wait, I have to bring it on.
Yeah.
Okay. Technical difficulties, but we got it. Okay, yeah, so this line, Slav defense, as far as I'm aware, like queen c2, rook d1, you're sort of playing this waiting game where you're sort of waiting for white to take you, so you can get the bishop out in one go. Because when you take like this, black correctly takes this way, where now their bishop is opened up. But later on, when they play b6, it makes me think they don't really understand that concept, right? Because now you just weaken this pawn chain, and well, the downside of white's play is that they let your bishop come out here. Well, why are you playing b6, right? You're just weakening the chain. Knight h5 is typical to trade off the bishop. So queen takes, yeah, castles, queen c2, knight f6. G6 is common with the plan to go like knight here and eventually trade off the light square bishops. But again, this b6 move is very suspicious to me. Like, where's your bishop going? Look at what are we doing here, right? And this pawn is just always a weakness. So knight f6, which I guess is fine. Rook e1. Rook e1 is kind of strange. Rook b1, I guess, would be typical, right? Like this. And with some play here, and white, I mean, maybe a5 isn't necessary, but with rook b1 with a typical, right, minority attack, maybe trying to reroute the knight, right? You gain a tempo here. I don't know. This seems a little bit annoying with this square being a little bit weak, but okay. Okay, rook e1, c5, and yeah, already the pawn structure is very suspicious. Bishop I really like this, bishop f5 and queen f5. Queen often comes to f5 like this, and I think this endgame is just much better for white. How am I doing on time?
30 seconds. 30
okay.
seconds.
F5 is I mean, again, you don't want your bishop on all the same color as your pawns, right? F3 is good to bring the king. And once you get a4, and I think, again, white is just much better. This sequence is great, bringing the rook to the open file. And the plan I would suggest here, Alan, you said this knight doesn't have anywhere to go. How about f4, plop the knight on e5, and that is very annoying. Maybe after f4, there's knight e4, and it's harder to get the knight there, but I mean, I feel like only white can win this. Maybe this was a late round game, and white was okay with the draw because white is the only one who's pressing here, and black is going to have to grovel to defend. Okay, that's my thoughts.
All right. Thank you, Luke. So now we're straight on to game number 4,
Yeah,
which I relabeled in the classroom. Game number 4 is 17 moves.
sure. And that's me.
That one is you, and I'll take the
Okay.
fifth one.
17 moves. That's a quick one. Let's see.
Get that one.
Yeah. So analyze. No engine or anything. Okay, good. So E4. Okay, we get a mix. A Caro-Kann 92. Whoa. I've never seen that move in my entire life.
This should give a big hint for who it is.
Chess.com doesn't even have a name for it. Okay. So that you might think, oh, low-rated player. You don't know. You don't know. In the computer age. But I mean, I feel like black is just instantly fine here. If not like slightly better. I don't know. E5. C5 I like. D4. Okay. Take knight c6. Okay, how did white win this in 17 moves? We're on move 6. Okay. The
So
castle.
11 moves left.
E6. C4 I like. Okay, C4 is I think is a very good move. And takes. Yeah. Okay, takes everything. Queen F3. Wow. Queen F3. Can I want to stack the exchange, and I feel like I must be able to. Probably there's not enough development here. Actually, no. Probably this is not good. That would be the stylish move to play, though. Okay, bishop here. Yeah, and this structure in the Caro-Kann, this is pretty common to where white just wins their pawn back. White is not down a pawn here, right? No. Maybe you can go c3 and like, can I take like this? Is this too much? Probably yes, right? Rook e1, for example. Yeah, maybe this is just too much. And like queen f6, queen d5. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. But bishop a6 is just, yeah, not good. And now the knight is coming. Watch out. Yeah, wait, hold on. Yeah. And you can't move the knight to bring the bishop because then there's still going to be a check, and this is losing the rook. Wow. What? Oh, I guess the knight d5 works. What am I saying? Huh. Knight c3 though. Okay, some strange moves here. Rook d1 looks nice. Wow, this knight is really having a workout. Right, it's going all over the place. How many times does this knight move? Should we count? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and they take. Oh, and that's nasty. Oh wow. I mean, I guess that's pretty elementary, right? You gotta watch out for the classic opera mate. Everyone knows the opera house game. Yeah, maybe this is just terrible for black. Actually, it probably is. I mean, look at the position. Doubled pawns, no development. Your bishop can't get out. You're not castled. What are we doing with the queen and rook? Yeah, this is no good. Okay, and okay, just so nobody misses it, the point here is you cannot. Well, you're just getting mated here. Takes, and checkmate. That's nasty. Yeah, shows the classic rule. Don't move the same piece twice in the opening if you can avoid it. And I guess that goes for both players, right? You move the bishop twice. This bishop, I mean, right? I think if I were to give the advice, right? E6 here, probably you just, I mean, I thought you would just go here. Maybe I'm missing something. Is there like this or something? Is that a move? Maybe this is a brilliant move or something, but I don't think so. Wait, no. I'm hanging the queen there. I guess you'd point being you'd have to take first, but yeah, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, bishop d7 seems play queen f7 check. I hope you weren't talking about what I was just showing. But c4 is a great move. C4 shows, I think, good understanding. right? To break it this, and taking here too, and queen f3 is cool, right? Probably you go here is a little bit more coordinated, although actually maybe not, because then you don't have to move the bishop, right? Bishop d7, you could just go knight knight c3 and knight e4 or something like that. Huh. Yeah, these games are tough to pick a rating. I feel like both sides in each game are showing good understanding in some areas, but then like making strange blunders in others. Like 97 looks weird. Maybe they didn't want to go knight h6. They were worried about this. Maybe worried about something like this, right, or something like that. But rook g8, and that wouldn't really. I think it'd be too much of a worry. But huh. Yeah, but this knight e2 move, very weird. Oh yeah, I'm stumped. Maybe this is like new theory. You know, it's the computer age. What am I to think? But okay, that probably is about all the time I have, right, Alan?
All right, well, 5 minutes exact.
Oh wow, good sense of time, I guess.
All
Okay,
right.
yeah, I'm baffled.
So that was game number 4, and now we're on game number 5. This game. Wait, did we already go over this game? So we go over 29
no,
move match.
We did not.
All right, so 29 move match. Here we go. So the game started when the timer starts. Now that the timer starts, the game starts. E4, E5, knight f2, knight 6, bishop. All right, Ruy Lopez. All right, so far so good. Interesting variation. To be honest, I haven't seen it, but theory makes good sense. Black pushing for the queen side, white pushing for the center. All right, d3, bishop e7, h3, probably afraid of bishop g4, whatever, castles, h6, d4, takes, pawn up, knight goes in the center, and yeah, rook to e1. Honestly, maybe I prefer something like knight e2. Just exchange that knight in the center for the pawn, and you'll win it. All right, good. There we go. Bishop to pin. Good. Bishop out. So now queen c1. What are they trying to go for? Bishop takes h6, g takes h6, queen takes h6, and then sacrificing perhaps the rook over here to get the knight in. Ambitious, but let's see what happens. Queen d7, bishop f4, rook e8, a4. All right. This is interesting. So the plan for the attack, and now why? Build on the queen side, build on the center. Why? If I'm being honest, I don't see a whole plan. All I see is just a bunch of moves in combination, and does it even work if knight takes, bishop takes, and then this bishop it's going to get lost. It's 2-on-1. But let's see what happened. No, I had to take here first.
Well, there you take on h7 first.
All right, good look. Takes. Yeah. Take on h7. Yeah, nothing will get lost. All right, thank you for correcting me. No takes. Yeah, knight takes. Interesting. Queen has to run away, which she does. Knight d4. Takes. Rook over there, making a pin, but knight takes. Rook takes. Check. Sacrificing the knight. That I like a lot. And after this, it seems as if there's not enough to defend. I don't know. Seems like it could have been stopped somehow. And if it could have been stopped, then game could have continued. But
this looks pretty bad. But
it looks pretty bad. It looks pretty bad.
They didn't have to do this though.
At this point,
yeah,
it could have been stopped.
Well,
even here.
Yeah, but then you just take on with the pawn.
You take with it. So let's say rook goes here. takes with a pawn, and then
Yeah, I mean, just in the long run, you're just, crushed on the dark
yeah,
squares. This is,
yeah.
yeah, pretty, yeah, but then just like check bishop g7 and rook e5, and rook e1 is coming, and you can resign.
Hmm.
Or you sack
Alright.
the rook, and you're just losing materially and in king safety.
Hmm.
But
Alright, so
yeah.
I would continue the analysis, but I'm going to be honest with you. I did not finish grading the Excel sheet, so I will let you take over for 3
Okay,
minutes while
sure,
I finish.
sure.
While I finish the Excel sheet because I did not finish it yet.
Okay.
All right,
Let
so
me
share
share my
your screen, and I
Yes.
will let you take over the analysis while I finish grading the Excel.
Okay. Yeah. Someone ZW. Yeah. I was looking when you said queen takes f7. I still don't know what you were talking about in that game. I don't know. But okay. Play rook g7. I think that's the way to go if you want to continue the game. Oh, and I always forget to actually put the thing on the screen. Wait. Okay. There we go.
All right, you're good.
Okay.
Actually, I'll just give you until you finish grading it.
Okay, so yeah, we get this d6. Okay, this is a thing. I guess it's sort of rare. Yeah, so here we're transposing, I guess. d3 here is not necessary, right? I mean, it's not a main line because after castles, like bishop e7 or something, it's some like weird, like usually the bishop is on c2 here, right? If I'm not mistaken. And knight a5 is coming, and you can, or that will be the Chigorin, and you'd transpose. But with the bishop on c2, I guess it's slightly different. But d3, I guess you can play this. Ruy Lopez is sort of a slower opening, and you can afford to lose a tempo like this. But it doesn't really make that much sense because then they go and play d4 just a couple moves later. Also, h3, I guess, yeah, stopping this bishop g4, but you're never really worried about that because of the problem that with this typical plan of bringing the knight to f1 and the knight to g3, if the bishop is on g4, this is happening, right? You're playing rook e1, knight d2, knight f1, knight g3. A lot of times the bishop will get corralled, like by a knight h4. But okay, point being, you're not really too worried about a bishop g4 in most of those lines. This is, I think, really good by black here. This whole sequence of takes, d5, and knight e4. This seems really smart, especially with the fact that, well, sometimes you see like a knight e1 with the plan of f3, and it's like really annoying because your knight's almost trapped, and they go like f3 and then f4 and f5. But because you already played h3, that's not working, right? There's knight g3. So rook e1, yeah, also sort of weird. I feel like knight d2, or like, I guess even bishop e3 and then knight d2 first. Yeah, but this, I feel like black is kind of getting what they want. Bishop b4 seems a little bit like, I don't think that really does anything just after a3. Yeah, I just don't really think it does anything. And then bishop h7 and queen c1, they're trying to set up some tricks here, right? But I don't think it's really working. Yeah, just queen d7. Okay, rook e8. You always have to consider a move like e6 here. As a matter of fact, I think you can almost already do it. But
1 minute.
okay, a4. Yeah, a4. Yeah, that's a little bit. I guess that's sort of. I don't know what to think about that move. Yeah, it's kind of hard to suggest a plan, honestly. Maybe you can even start doing something like h4. I feel like h4 is a nice move here, just like taking some space. And I mean, what is black supposed to do here? I don't know. I kind of like the look of h4. Also taking a square away from the knight, but okay. Oh, I should probably. Oh, and here, I mean, you just blunder a tactic. I mean, how do you not see this? Look at the bishop. It's staring at you. Okay, but here takes. And okay, the big point here is after knight f6, you don't have to take the knight. I think that's what they miss. Although, yeah, I don't think you have to, right? I'm not missing something here, am I? Queen here? No. Yeah, it takes. Yeah, that would be much better for black after a potential trade of queens. Wait. Yeah, black would just be. Wait, am I blundering here? Check. Yeah, I am. But at the end, I can't count. Is the problem. White is up a piece at the end. That's the problem. Okay, so I guess they do have to take. Never mind. Ignore what I said about that. Okay, actually, maybe this was brilliant by White. They intentionally hung upon an F2, foreseeing pointing moves in the future. Takes. What if I take here first? Is that better? Right, take, and then take. Yeah, I mean, this seems just what? Isn't black just like a pawn up or something? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So I mean, opposite bishops. Maybe white has some chances to hold, but again, only black can be better here, right? Even a move like rook a4 could be very annoying. Maybe the c file's weak or something. Maybe that's the argument you can make. I mean, queen g3 here. Okay, just like bishop g6 even, right? Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Okay, yeah, interesting game. At the end, knight f6 was very resourceful, I guess.
Alright, so now is the time when I'm going to post the Google form. So I want everyone to make sure that it works. For those of you that forgot the games or came late, I will give you a refresher. And while I give the refresher, I will have Luke give his official predictions for the ratings. So let's see if you wanna buy the Luke ticket, go for it. If you wanna think individually, go for it. So we're now going to go over each game very briefly, and Luke is going to give his rating predictions.
Okay, and I guess mine don't count officially.
Yours don't count officially.
Yeah.
Unless you want to play for free entry. But
no, that's
if you want to get back into competing.
Yeah, I'll give my unofficial opinion. Okay.
All right,
so game 1. What was game 1 again? Remind me. Petrov. Okay, I think this is the lowest rated game. For several reasons. One, giving up the bishop pair in a totally unprovoked way. G5 is weird. C5 is terrible. And there's nothing else to be said.
Yeah, there's nothing else to be said.
So I'm gonna say, like, definitely below 1,000.
All right.
I'm gonna guess 875 for white.
And what about black?
Oh, I have to get both. Oh, it's an average, right? For black, let's say 750.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Honestly,
now,
that might even be generous. Yeah.
That might even be generous. We will see. Game number 2. Let me show you. Look what happened in this game, just to remind you.
Yeah. This was the Italian game, right? Okay, this one was good. Okay, d6. Yeah, I kind of just bought black's move. I didn't even. I thought it looked so good. I'm like, oh, they must have calculated. But yeah, it just doesn't work. You can take on d6 with the knight, and the fact that white played it and black didn't find knight d6. I mean, that's kind of like a critical moment, right? Isn't knight d6 one of the moves that you calculate? And isn't it the easiest move to calculate in the position? And you just are like, oh yeah, I'm instantly better. Also, they didn't play 1 white. Yeah. Huh. Let's say, but otherwise, white played a knight d6 was very nice just a move ago. So let's say for white, that was. I mean, that probably white was probably very happy at the end of that game. Let's say 1350 for white, and for black, maybe 1100.
All right.
I hope I'm not like wildly off, and people are gonna be mad at me.
All right, Luke. Let's go to game number 3.
Oh, this one, yeah. Okay, white showed some really good understanding at a couple critical moments. A4. Yeah, that. Hold on. So B4. So this shows some understanding of how to play against this hanging pawn structure. For example, I was sort of surprised by this b4 move. Rook like eg1 would be the typical response there, but I guess maybe they were worried that like I don't know, like rook ed8, and if they're ever taking on c5, you know, black will take with the knight and have some activity for their isolated pawn. But yeah, b4 actually is, I think, a good move, even though it's kind of weird. And then f3 was nice. a4 is fantastic. Take, and rook a1 is really good. But the fact they offered a draw is very strange to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I think white has so much play here, like g4 at some point also, where it takes, and you swing to the h file, and you control the only 2 open files on the board. That looks like a technically almost winning endgame to me. Just the bishop on c6 is never going to find any activity. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe 15-20. Let's say 15-50 for white, and for black, maybe 13-50.
All right.
They had an opening, but they didn't know what it was about.
Game number 4.
Okay, this one, yeah, I'm stumped. And let's see if. Oh wait, can you just play e6 there? I want to know what this guy in the chat is talking about. I'm curious. After queen c7. No. Instead of queen c7, bishop d7, e6. So yeah, here e6. Pawn takes. Bishop takes knight. Bishop takes, or it doesn't matter. And queen h5. I don't know what. Oh wait, no, wait. It has to be pawn takes. Otherwise, you take on e6. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, queen h5. I don't know where this queen takes f7 comment was coming from.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's move on from
whatever.
the queen takes
Yeah. Yeah, this was very nice from white. This was very nice. And bishop a6 is terrible. Bishop a6, I feel like you have to sort of part ways with your pawn. c3, I feel like even c3 is not good. Yeah, but okay, that one's not good. I feel like there's not enough information on that one. Let's say.
That's the whole point, Luke.
Yeah, let's say 1400. No. Knight e2 is a move that you don't play because you know what you're doing. It's a move you play because you know it's wrong. I feel like that's not. Nobody would think to play knight e2 just because they're not good, right? So let's say 1800 for white. And by the way, if the white person with the white pieces is watching this, please don't, get on a high horse about that if it's over. Right? That's 1800 plus or minus like 600, or more minus 600 than plus.
Okay.
But
And black?
Let's say 1775. Okay, for white, and for black, maybe 1400 or something.
1400. Okay, 1400.
Yeah.
Right. Let's go to game 5.
Okay. This one, this was interesting. So I feel like you have to have a certain level of culture, or at least you think you have it to play the Ruy Lopez, but there were a couple strange decisions in the opening. Good understanding by black when they played ED4, CD4, D5, E5, and knight E4. That's like a very thematic idea that I feel like you have to have studied before, or like you've seen it before. Maybe they didn't blunder this tactic. Maybe this was like some genius idea where actually, can you go back where they what did they play? Where they allowed knight c2 right before knight c2. What did they play here? Knight d2. Okay, maybe this is like really smart. Although at the very least, by the way, after that variation, so right, you take on c2, take on f2, queen b3. What if you played knight h3 here? Does that like I mean, like, that's something you have to look at too. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The queen is looking. The queen sees. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the queen sees.
I'm missing a lot of stuff today. It's I apologize. Yeah, okay. Wait, so maybe this is like actually really smart. Although maybe not. Because you can also like, yeah, this is,
All right,
Yeah,
I need
you
a
just
rating.
don't-
I
You
need
just don't need to
ratings
take
for
on
you, Luke.
B5 yet. You just don't need to take on B5 yet. Could you just go back one more time? Right before Rook B5. Right before that. One more move. Oh no! I'm sorry. Yeah, after knight e4. Right. What if you just take with the bishop? Right. Just be a little patient. Right now, there's no knight f6. I'm going to take on b5, and I'm a pawn up, and I have massive pressure against g2 for the rest of the game. Right, and pressure down to b5. I think black is significantly better here. I could definitely see just missing that there's this knight f6 move.
Never mind.
Actually, no. Knight f6 is a classic desperado. Knight f6 is classic. Okay, I'm taking points off for that from black. Although it's easy, I guess I could see, you think you're winning and you just blunder easily. Huh. Okay. Let's say 1650 for black, and let's say the same for white. Yeah.
All right.
You know,
Well, Luke.
Okay, fine. I already said it. I already locked it in.
All
I
right.
can't take it back.
Let's
every
see
time.
what the viewers guessed. So
Let's
as
see.
of right now, we only had 2 viewers guess. What is going on? Do you not want re-entry? Why? All right, here we go. Now they're getting the guesses in. So let's see them put their guesses in. If you need the forum, let me know. I'll put it in. If something doesn't work, let me know. I'll help you. But we just need guesses from you.
Did you put the link in the
Yeah, I did.
comments? Okay. Maybe
Yeah.
put it in again.
All right, so let's see. 4 people guessed right now. The metric that I'm using, Luke, is called like the mean squared.
Oh.
Is it? So what I did, I took. Actually, let me change my
What is it?
Let me change
like
my statistics.
Squared displacement or something?
mean squared error. So
Okay.
note instead of taking the square root, I'll take the average. That'll be a better metric. Yeah. So I took the absolute value of the predicted rating and the actual rating, and then I
Okay.
squared it, and I took the average.
Okay.
So yeah, we have a clear winner. We have a clear winner right now.
Oh wow.
We have a clear winner. I'm gonna give everyone 1 more minute. I'm gonna give everyone
I
1 more
have
minute.
very little confidence in those guesses.
Yeah. I'm gonna give
yeah.
everyone 1 more
I don't even
minute.
know. I don't know what the rating pool was like at that tournament. I was not there. Right.
Anywhere from 0
Yeah.
to international master level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while they're giving the ratings, I'm going to show you a little something special.
Oh no! Somebody's saying Traeger. Oh no! He's gonna hate me.
Oh no.
Yeah. Please do not take it personally if I, underrated you, or overrated you. Yeah.
So let's see how I
had
played
class
yesterday very
tomorrow.
quickly.
I have no idea
Quick
who that
summary
is.
of how I played yesterday and lost all 3 games at the quads. I'm going to show my first game against
Oh, that's
Andrew
Liam.
Goldfarb.
Probably.
So let's see what happened
Maybe
in
not.
this game. So
Oh, yeah.
I decided very stupidly to trade bishops. I mean, that was not stupid,
Wait.
but the stupid part was going,
Wait, this was your game.
this was my game against Andrew Goldfarb. It's just like a commercial break while everyone's getting their submissions in.
Sure.
So I decided for some reason to bring my knight out. Why did I do this? Not seeing that there could be a possible attack here and here. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
This
But
looks nice with black.
I thought
Oh, no.
maybe I could win this pawn. Bishop takes here.
Yeah.
And win the pawn.
E4 now looks really good. Right, E4
I thought it was
takes
gonna.
knight F4.
I thought it was gonna go e4.
Yeah, takes
So-
a knight F4 and you're just getting like smoked. I
Yeah.
think. Maybe I'm
So-
wrong.
I did not take the pawn. Engine recommended I take the pawn, but
That's
I got
that's
cold,
probably
I got
not
cold
a
feet.
good sign.
I
Yeah.
went here, and this is a mistake. A defensive square, but nothing else. So now he gets the rook in, and this is a fork of this pawn and that pawn. And now here,
Yeah, D4.
I can't take with a knight because it's
D5.
pinned.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now,
Oh wow,
completely,
that's a wait.
complete
that,
defense.
That hold on. Instant replay. Rook
Instant
A5.
replay.
What a move. That's very nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Yeah, now classic. Rule of +2.
But here, I trap his rook.
Okay.
And
But I
at this
feel like,
point,
wait, did he
I've-
take a pawn on A2? What? That's a.
yeah, he took the
Hold
pawn on A2, which was a blunder.
Yeah, I mean, what
Yeah.
are we? Buddy, you find Rook A5
Yeah.
and then you're gonna take the time out of your day. You're gonna take your sweet
Yeah.
time to stick to the game plan.
Yeah, so what happened here was I had 3 minutes of time left, and I wanted to not take the rook. Instead, I went here, hoping that
For a
I'd get
draw.
some sort of repetition and get a draw.
Yeah. Oh,
but
but
go
you.
for it, found the right
tactic.
move. I should have taken the rook.
Yeah.
This ends the game on the spot. This
Yeah.
queen's not protecting the pawn.
Mm-hmm.
Game
Oh.
over.
Yeah. Wow. Bishop A2. That is a. Wow. I would. I would end the lesson if one of my Liam's watching. One of my students is watching. Liam, take notes. Don't do that, please.
Don't be like me. Theme of
But
the
Rook
ICA
A5
Show.
makes up for it. Rook A5 makes up for it. That is a very creative rook lift. That's probably the best move too. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so
Any more votes? That's not the word.
we got a few
Submissions?
submissions. We got a few submissions in. So
Yeah.
now I will go back to my screen and I will take it off so we can keep the suspense. So let me turn on which music should I turn on? We rated rock into space. How's night driving?
We've gotten a lot of complaints about the opening music, and you know what? I can't say I disagree. I want to be honest.
I can.
I know. That's the problem.
All right, so game number one. Game number one, the game which Luke said was the lowest rated. You said around 800 and 750.
Mm-hmm.
Both players are in section 3 with a rating of 0.
Okay. Yeah, that makes. Well, let's be real, right? It's the first game, probably first tournament. I would imagine.
Yeah, first
I don't
tournament.
think- yeah, you
Yeah.
can't have below 100.
Yeah. Credit to
Um,
both. Credit to
yeah.
both players for. Credit to White, Abraham Einsman, for submitting his game, and credit to Daniel for coming to classes. Credit to both players, but this was the lowest rated game, and it was the appetizer. So credit to both players. We hope you keep coming back to our tournaments and watching our shows. Good job to both. Second
True,
one.
yeah.
Second one was the one where we had the tactic of d6. Black failed to see that the knight can take, and then there was the filthy knight checkmate in f7.
Mm-hmm.
And you're actually pretty close. White is 1481, black
Okay.
is 1154.
And what did I say? I said 75, or no?
You were
I don't
really
think you
close.
wrote it down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay.
So white is Holly. Holly is our new TD. For those that are going to compete at the state qualifiers, you will meet her. She's our new TD. It's going to be her directing along with Alessandro. It's going to be a strong team with a few others. Black is Anderson. Anderson, if you're watching, keep it up.
Oh,
You're almost at
typical.
1300.
Typical.
Yeah. Keep it up. You're almost at 1300, but you got to see those things. Game number 3 was the draw, where White had a good understanding, locked the position, had a knight pair in a closed game, but offered a draw. White is 1301, black is 1529, so the opposite of what you said.
Okay. Wow.
White
Yeah.
is White is Ding Lu. Ding Lu, I played him twice. First game was a draw. Second game I beat him. He offered me 3 draws. I rejected all of them.
How old is he?
He's like in his 30s or 40s.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna
Yeah.
say he was young, and I was gonna
Defensive
say
defensive
yeah.
player.
Okay.
Defensive player, but I hate playing against him, and that's a compliment to him. He's really tough to play against. As Brian Andre found out, as black.
There were a couple moves there where he was going like very, there were shades of Capablanca in the way he was playing the later part of that, middle end game. But then I don't know what knight b1 and what. Maybe black offered the draw. That's the only thing I can imagine.
I think from knowing both Ding and Brian Andre, I'd be surprised if it was Brian to offer the draw.
Oh, Brian was playing black. Oh,
Brian was
okay.
black. All right, game number
Okay.
4. It was
Yeah.
that filthy bishop checkmate, the other 17-move game. White was Yefim Treger.
Would I'm sorry. What was the opening?
Karo Khan with 92.
Oh,
Yeah.
I should have guessed.
You should have
Yeah, I
guessed.
should've known.
Yefim Treger.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
So
that's
he's currently
very
at
much in his
2101
Mhm.
because his floor is 2100 and Ito took lots of points off him.
Mhm.
So that's Treger as white. You should have guessed. Weird opening. It's either a player that doesn't know what he's doing or a player named Yefim Treger.
Yeah.
Black is Harlan.
Huh.
Harlan's a great player. He beat me.
What's
Harlan
his rating?
beat me 1761.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's reason. Yeah.
Yeah. He beat me in Ostfeld that got him to up to 1600. And this was, I think, his first or second open experience. So it's good.
Okay.
Fifth one. That one, I'm going to be honest. This is the one where we had these tactics where I missed the tactic and analysis, but then there was knight f6 and the queen got in to checkmate on f6. So this one, Luke, you were unfortunately off. White, 878. Black,
Wow.
777.
Okay, that's very impressive. That's very impressive.
So
Yeah.
Neil, you asked in the comments how you can submit the game. Let me try to find the comment for you. You asked me how you can submit the game, and you submitted it. I got it. I just didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to spoil to anyone that it was actually you that submitted this game. So
Wait. Have I taught a class with you before, Neil? That's who that was. I know I've had a
Neil Gupta, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe not. I don't
So, yeah.
I don't think so. But
So those are
how
the
old were the
ratings.
players? That was a very good game, I think, that last one. Like, okay, there were some errors, but in terms of like some of the understanding and tactical back and forth, some people missed tactics, but both sides were seeing them. So that's very impressive for 800. I think both those players are probably underrated. Or maybe I'm just bad at guessing. That's also a possibility.
How do I increase the size? Why can't I increase? All right, I'm not going to show your emails. Instead, you know what? Let me just get rid of the email.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. So here are the guesses. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guesses. So this is game number 1, the unrated game. Shreyas, this game killed you. 1453 and 1123 for game 1. No. Jack did well, 500 and 750, but why did he put white below black? I don't think anyone else did that. Everyone else got it, pretty much. Second game was Holly's game. Jack was spot on. Shreyas underestimated. Samuel Cheng was pretty good. Not bad. Game number 3. This was Ding versus Brian. Jack overestimated. Neil Gupta got that black is higher rated than white, which probably wasn't evident by the game, but they were able to get it. And then, let's see, 1345, good Shreyas, good. And then Jack got Brian's rating right, somehow. Game number 4 was Treger's game. So Yefim Treger, if you're watching, everyone's saying that you're 1,000 rated. Highest was Liam and Jack. And everyone said that Harlan is under 1,600. And game number 5, that was the final game that we saw. Everyone said that the ratings are generally lower. And it was actually Neil that got his game wrong. I thought you'd get your game on the money.
You don't recognize it?
He probably recognized it, but he forgot the ratings, despite the fact that he clearly emailed me the ratings. It's like he should have just put those numbers. So the way I calculated was absolute value of each, square it, and take the average of all the guesses. And by this metric, we had the winner, Jack, I think that's Jack Holder. I will verify by taking off screen and turning on the emails.
He says yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations to Jack, and thank you to everybody for watching the show.
Yeah, it was fun analyzing.
It was very fun analyzing. Luke, you're not used to this type of analysis, right?
What? Guessing the ELO?
No. 5-minute matches.
Oh yeah, it's sort of not my style, but
it's not your style.
Yeah.
But we went from we went from one extreme, hour 20-minute last week, to this week. Next week, I don't know what we're doing. It's going to be a state tournament, so it's going to be a pretty chill show. Probably going to do another Blitz and Chill where you guys play against our guests. Probably going to have Frisch back on soon. We're going to have a match live against Livingston High School. I don't know when this will be, but I'm looking forward to it. Luke, thank you for coming, and I hope to see you again next week.
Hope to see you too. See you guys next week.